Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case, Elite Mode, Case 25, The Killer in the Rise. Let's unlock Chapter 2, and this crazy blind guy just gave to us, and a stranger is approaching the village. I've seen him. You seen? Mrs. Sen, I don't wish to be rude. How could you have seen anything? There's no time, Commander Katarina. Come with me to the haunted forest and you'll see for yourself. Alright, Mr. Sen. Commander Katarina will handle it. Show us the way to the haunted forest. Okay. There! Can you see the stranger approaching, Commander Katarina? Where? Over the bridge? Can you see anyone, Katarina? Well, I can't see from you two. Greetings, fellow travelers. Are you lost? Oh, just you. What? Whoa, I didn't even hear you. It's because of my rubber boots. They're made for walking without making noise. But you needn't be afraid of me. I'm just a traveler from the mountains. My name is Ronit Osawa. Well, we are the police and we're investigating a murder. Commander Katarina would like a word with you. It will be a pleasure to talk to you, Commander Katarina. Great. Katarina, I'll keep an eye on Mr. Osawa while you have a look around the forest. Alright, well, we were looking for a new crime scene, so... Alright, let's talk to Ronin first. Funny your name is Ronin. So, why don't you start by telling us who you are and where you come from? I'm a traveler from a foreign land, Commander Katarina. I often pass through this village on my wanderings. I know most of the villagers. Whenever I come by, we sit down with a bottle of baijiu and talk. Most of them never leave this valley. I bring them news from the outside world. Well, the news here is that a teenage boy, Guohan, was murdered. Do you know anything about that? Guohan? Is that the boy from the rice farm? I regret to hear his demise. But I've only just arrived over the mountains. I don't know what happened to him. I'll stay in the village for a few days. Send for me if you need my help again, Commander Katarina. Okay. I don't know if I should trust this guy or not. If somebody's too nice to you, then it actually means the opposite. Okay. Let's investigate the forest. Well, I'm about to say what the heck, but I don't know what to say. Not the forest to see every day. Oh, a trap, and there's blood on it. Katarina, handle that animal trap carefully. It's already stained with blood. You don't want your hand stuck in it too while you collect a sample. Why don't I shoot it and then it will just chop back? I don't know, it's what you do in Resident Evil 4 when you see that trap. And you're right, that bird feeder seems to have some faded drawings on it. Let's dust it to make out the pattern. Okay. Alright, let's collect the blood from the bear chap. Careful, careful. I don't want to lose my hand over just collecting blood. Well, my hand is fine. Katarina, you collected blood from the animal trap. Let's look at it under the microscope. Alright, we'll see. Who is it this? If it is from a human, or is it from animal? Alright, let's dust the bird feeder. Oh. What's this? Katrina, just try your card on that bird feeder give me the creeps. You're right, the meaning of that stick figure with blood spurting from his neck is brutally obvious. It's exactly how our victim died. I agree, this must have been drawn by the killer. But the first symbol could be anything. It looks ominous, like a nail driven through a box. Alright, best send these drawings to the pond. Alright. What was that? A confession? 24 hours. Alright, let's analyze this blood. Somehow I knew it was going to be him. Katrina, the blood you collected from the animal trap matches the DNA profile of Blind Sen. You know, I know he's blind, but Blind Sen seems to know his way in the wilderness pretty well. He even alerted us to the stranger's approach. But you're right, it's best to ask Blind Sen how he walked into this trap. Alright. You have a stick with you, why didn't you use it? Mr. Sen, Commander Katrias found an animal trap in the forest with your blood on it. Did you walk into it by accident? Those darn children! I'm telling you, Commander Katrina, it's time they learn some respect. Of course, half of them are orphans, no one teaches them discipline. Wait, you mean that trap was set by children? Kids aren't like they used to be, Commander Katrina. Their games got violent. Even the animals hide from them. The children hurt them just for laughs. Mrs. Sen, forgive me for asking, but how can you be sure what the children are doing if you can't see them? I don't need eyes to know it was that little rascal Han who set up that trap. I heard him laugh from behind a tree. I had a little too much Baijiu that night, but my hearing's still perfect, Commander Katrina. Well, let's hope you didn't take revenge on Han by killing him. Or you sure would have to worry about walking into traps in prison. Well, I can't picture him killing Han, he's blind. Well, unless he can. Did the killer draw this drawing? And what's the symbol? Are you familiar with the Chinese writing system, Katarina? If so, you'll certainly share my fascination with these drawings you found on this bird feeder. No, I'm not familiar much. Well, we figured the stick figure and the cycle was a description of the murder. Katrina thinks the killer scribbled it down as some kind of confession. How did you know? But we're stumped by the third symbol. Are you saying it's a Chinese character, Monsieur Dupont? It is indeed. But here's a twist. See that rectangular frame around the character? The symbol is also one of the tiles in the traditional game of Mahjong. Ah, that. As you know, Mahjong tiles are full of symbolism. This symbol, the red dragon, stands for success or achievement. I'm not sure I get it, Monsieur Dupont. Do you mean the killer made these drawings to say they successfully achieved the murder? Katrina, I won't pretend to understand the killer's intentions, but it's quite clear that they play Mahjong. Great, so now we have to find this Mahjong playing killer, Katrina. I could use a walk to clear my head and think this over. Great idea. Let's visit the victim's home again. Learning more about Hans's life will help us understand what happened to him. Okay. I can't say anything about Mahjong, I don't know much about it. Oh, a broken board or paper. Slingshot? Why would I need that for? Oh, that's Clementine. Alright. Katrina, I'm not sure to ransack a teenager's home, but we have no choice. We need to find out everything about Hans's friends and interests. You found a slingshot? You're right, there's something carved into the wood. Let's reveal what it says. Restoring those 12 pieces will no doubt give us a fresh clue too. Let's get to work, Katrina. Okay. Alright, let's dust the slingshot. Cowards die. May. Whoa! What's that supposed to be? Katrina, the slingshot you found in the victim's room had a message etched on it. It says, "Cowards die," and it's signed by May. You're right, Katrina. May was the victim's friend, but this message doesn't sound very friendly at all. No, not at all. Alright, let's find May and ask her what the story is behind this gift. Okay. Alright, let's now restore this paper. Oh, is that a book? Lord of the Flies, Han, you're clever enough to read this. William Golding. Alright, a book. Katrina, those two pieces you stole were the shreds of a book. It's The Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I didn't know it was popular even in China. Besides, The Lord of the Flies is a pretty dark story about teenage boys' adventures getting out of hand. It's an odd coincidence that Han was reading it just before he was murdered. Wait, there's a note attached to the book too. It says, "Han, you're clever enough to read this." Someone wanted Han to read this book. I agree, we must find out who gave this book to the victim and why. Do they just love classic literature, or were they trying to tell the victim something? Hopefully, Marina can read between the lines of this message and tell us who wrote it. Alright. Alright, now let's go to May. What's this with the slingshot about? May, Commander Katrina found this slingshot in Hans's room. Why did you call him a coward? I told you, I liked Han, but he was weak. He spent hours in his room reading or crying for his absent parents. I gave Han dares so he could toughen up and prove himself. I dared him to set my rubber boots on fire and throw them from the bridge in the Dragon Forest, but he chickened out. Next, I dared him to steal Baishi from his auntie's kitchen, but Han refused to drink it. I drank the whole bottle myself. You drank a whole bottle of Baishi? You must have been pretty sick after that. That was the point. One must learn to endure pain and sickness. I was trying to teach Han to be stronger. Oh my gosh. You seem to take these games very seriously, May. But getting sick and setting things on fire don't sound like fun to me. Maybe we should have a word with your parents when we wrapped up this case, May. Until then, stay out of trouble. Well, her behavior is very odd. Who sent this book to Han? Hello, Katrina. This book you found among the victim's belongings has come uncanny parallels with the murder you're investigating. Well, it's been a while since I read it, but the story is about some schoolboy adventures ending in bloodshed, right? Just like our victim says. Exactly. But what makes the book more interesting is the note. Han, you're clever enough to read this. The tone is both encouraging and challenging, with a hint of authority in it too. Furthermore, the handwriting reveals that the person is educated and intelligent and appreciates those qualities in others too. I'm sure you already put two and two together, Katarina. The message was written by a teacher. Yeah, it sounded to be like a teacher, but I thought it was because I already knew who was going to come. Well, maybe I knew it was going to be a teacher, it sounded like that. A teacher? Well, it makes sense for a teacher to give a boy a classic novel to read. But still, Hans's murder makes you wonder what this homework was really about. The good thing, Katarina, is that this is a small village, and the school has only one teacher, Miss Young. Well, then let's have a chat with Miss Young about this book, Katarina. Alright. Miss Young, do all your pupils read The Lord of the Flies? Oh, of course not, Commander Katrina. I'm sure you noticed, but life around here isn't easy. Some of the children don't even go to school. They have to work on the rice fields. Han was one of the bright kids. I wanted him to have a better future, so I encouraged him to read more. You must have heard that Han was murdered, Miss Young. Did you notice anything odd in Hans's behavior at school? Anything that could help us? Han hadn't been to school for a while, Commander Katarina. He said his auntie needed his help on the farm. Sadly, a lot of children drop out because of this. Sometimes I put on my rubber boots and go out to the rice fields to talk to the parents about their children's education, but it's a hard battle to fight. We understand, Miss Young. Thank you, and please call us if you remember anything. Well, Katarina, is it just me, or is there something unsettling going on with the children in this village? That's what I noticed in May. I mean, just look at the clues you found. First, that book about teenage boys turning feral. You gotta wonder if it was more than just a homework. And what about the bloody animal trap in the forest? Blind Santa complained that the children are playing violent games and scaring animals. And the way May talked about daring Han to get drunk on Baichu is pretty alarming too. I can't help being concerned, Katarina. Meanwhile, there's no sign of Sombra or the mysterious headhunter who hired Warren Goodfellow. I wonder how they fit in the pic. Katarina, thank God you're here. You gotta help. You've got to find my little girl. Whoa, what happened? Angela, what's going on? It's June. She disappeared. Oh, god damn it. Well, it is god damn it given what the children are doing around here. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 3. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!